السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy, Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 51. At the beginning of this course, we started learning Arabic grammar. We've learned the terms we used in grammar. We started with a word kalima, and we've learned kalima is 3 types: ism, fail, harf. Every sentence we will see either ism or fail or harf. If a sentence starts with an ism, it's called al-jumlatul ismiyatu, and if the sentence starts with a fail, it's called al-jumlatul fi'liyatu. Then we start learning jumla fi'liya. In jumla fi'liya we have 3 parts: fail, fa'il, maf'ul. The fa'il is the doer. As we've learned, every fail needs a doer, and the doer is in halatul rafa'. And some fail needs the object maf'ul. Maf'ul is in halatul nasab. And then we may have huruf in between. Then we've learned 2 types of fail: al-fail al-madi and al-fail al-mudari. Both has 14 forms, so we need to conjugate fail al-madi and fail al-mudari. Then we've learned the combination of fail al-madi and fail al-mudari. We've learned 6 groups, and they're called the babs. If the fail is 3 letters, they will come from one of these babs. We've learned bab nasara. The combination of fail mudari is yansuru, so nasara yansuru. Then we've learned bab daraba, daraba yadribu. Then we've learned bab fataha yaftahu. The next bab is sami'a yasma'u. The next bab is hasiba yahsibu. Next bab is karuma yakrumu. And then we've learned how to make al-jumlatul fi'liyatu emphatic to give us more strong. We use the harf qad. To make it more stronger, we use lam ta'kid with qad, so it becomes laqad. So after laqad, when there is a fail, we know it is strong. And then we've learned how to make al-jumlatul fi'liyatu and fail al-madi negative by using ma nafiya at the beginning of fail, which is ma. And in between, we've learned other things. Then we moved on to al-fail al-mudari, and we've learned fail mudari has the 5 alamat, or 4 alamat: ya, ta, alif, and nun. Every siga must have one of these alamat, the signs at the beginning of fail al-mudari. Then we've learned how to make fail mudari negative by using the la. And then we've learned how to make fail mudari emphatic by using noon mushaddad. That's called noon ta'kid at the end of fail mudari. And then or noon sakin. One is called noon thaqila, which is the mushaddad noon. Another one is called noon khafifa, which is the noon sakin. And then we've learned al-fail al-amr. Then we've learned al-fail al-nahi. And then we've learned the combination of فعل الماضي and فعل المضارع, if there is a extra letters in the root letters. It could be 4 letters, could be 5 letters. Then we've learned the 8 babs. Some of the babs are bab taf'il, for example, bab if'al, bab mufa'ala, then bab istif'al, then bab infi'al. The 8 babs, those are called thulathi mazid fi. And then we moved on to make al-jumla ismiya. Jumla ismiya has 2 parts, mubtada and khabar. We've learned the rules of mubtada. Mubtada is generally ma'rifa and it is in halatul rafa, and khabar is generally nakira and it is in halatul rafa as well. To make al-jumla al-ismiyah emphatic, we use inna, the beginning of the jumla. To make jumla negative, jumla ismiya negative, we use those negative particles, laysa or ma. Then in between we've learned some of the hurufs and some of the isms, like ismul ishara we've learned. Then we've learned huruful jar. Then we've learned al-ismul mawsul. And in between we've learned some of the phrases, like phrase tawsifi, mawsuf and sifa. We've learned the rules. Then we've learned another phrase, murakkab idafi, mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Alhamdulillah, in 50 lessons, we covered the most important Arabic grammar rules. If anyone follows these 50 rules and learns properly, inshallah, by practice, we'll be able to translate most parts of the Quran. Those words we don't know the meaning, we look into the dictionary, or we go and look in the one of the translation to learn that new word. So after the 50 lesson, as I've said before, we will take some surahs or some ayat of the Quran and we apply all the rules we've learned and try to translate. So today, the first lesson of translation, I've chosen Surah At-Teen. Maybe most of you know translation of Surah At-Teen, but let's go through the grammar as well. It becomes easy for us. Surah At-Teen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the kind, the merciful. So most of us, we know the meaning of Bismillah. So here the word Ar-Rahman, sometimes you'll find in translation the most kind, the word the most. See, there's Alif Lam here. We've learned one of the Alif Lam is to make Ism Nakira into Ma'rifah. This is the top number 1 usage of Alif Lam, to make any Nakira Ism into Ma'rifah. But as we've learned with Alif Lam, that Alif Lam also gives all meaning, the all, on the most also. So there are a few types of Alif Lam. Maybe we need to do a special lesson for that. So sometimes we can translate the most merciful, the most kind, and most merciful. The first ayah of this surah is Wattini Wazzaytuni. There's waw at the beginning. We've learned some of the waws. And the ism is Attin. And this ism, we can see there's a kasra there. Why is kasra there? We need to know that. Because the default every ism is dhamma, should be Attinu, the dhamma. But why is the kasra on the last letter? Why is this ism in halatul jar? We've learned there's only two things that makes ism into halatul jar. Number one, either is huruful jar before it, or either mudaf before it. So we can say there is no any other ism before it, so there is no mudaf. So this waw has to be huruful jar. There's another waw, it's called waw atf. Waw atf doesn't do anything. Waw atf that follows the i'rab of the ism before it. But again, here there is no ism before it, so this waw cannot be atf. This waw has to be huruful, one of the huruful jar. And if you go and recap the huruful jar we've learned one of the huruful jar is waw, and waw comes, the waw meaning of huruful jar is to take an oath. Take an oath. In other words, you can translate by. And the word atin means fig. So by the fig. Watin, I swear by the fig. Next, wazaytuni. Az-zaytun, we all know is olive. This word also has kasra at the end, again in halatul jar. So why is this word in halatul jar? Again, we can see there's a waw before it. So is this waw harful jar, or is this waw harful atf? Who can tell me? Is this waw harful jar, or is this waw atf? Yes, this is harful atf, because we already have one waw to take an oath. We don't need again. We just have to use waw harfat to give us the same meaning. Okay. So the kasra on the noon was zaytuni is in halatul jar, because atf is following the i'rab of the ism before it, which is at-teen. So the translation we can do is by the fig and the olive. By the fig and by the olive. Ayat number 2, wa turi sineen. Here this waw, is it atf or is it qasam? Or is it harful jar? Again, I said we already have one to give us the oath meaning. We don't need again. Again, this is atf, following the same i'rab. And, waw is and, tur, Sinai.